Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Anna and today I'm going to show you how to make key lime pie. If you're not familiar with key lime pie, which I think most people are, I mean correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think most people are familiar with key lime pie. It's a tangy, sweet, citrusy pie, well like a custard pie made out of key limes. If you've never had key limes before, they're very aromatic, but they are a little more acidic than regular limes, at least what we know as Persian limes. They're a little more acidic, but they have the most beautiful aroma, which makes for the perfect pie. I live in Miami, so I've had my fair share of key lime pies, and I actually love key lime pie, so I tried to perfect my recipe to the max. Let me show you what you're gonna need for the crust so we can go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit because we do need to bake the crust. It's only going to bake for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to bake for too long, but we do need to bake it. In here I have some graham crackers, which I'm going to add to my food processor because I want to get them really nice and kind of like a sandy, well, if only I could open this. There we go. You want it to resemble like coarse sand, if you will. So I'm going to add my graham crackers to my food processor. You really don't need to do it in a food processor, but it makes the process so much easier, and I have one, so why not? But you can just crush your crackers by hand and mix it with the rest of the ingredients, which are some brown sugar and some melted butter. That is pretty much all you're gonna need for the crust. You're also going to need a pie dish, which let me show you the one that I'm using. This is a 9.5 inch pie dish. So, but pretty much any pie dish you have, you can use. So we're gonna get this, and we're gonna get it, like I said, really nice and fine. Okay, perfect. Once your crackers look something like this, as you can see, it's nice and fine, we are going to add the brown sugar and the melted butter. I'm gonna pause until it all comes together. Okay, I think this is done. You know when it's ready, because if you grab it and it stays together kind of like this, as you can see, it doesn't really break apart, you know that your crust is ready to go. I'm gonna transfer this to my pie dish. Now all we want to do is just press down, make sure it's in some sort of like an even layer, and you want to press very well because otherwise the crust is going to fall apart. So once it looks like that, I'm just going to grab my measuring cup. I'm going to press all around, making some sort of an edge. Use your finger as a guide if you need to. But the most important thing is that everything's very nicely compact so it doesn't fall apart. So you want something that looks like this. Do not worry, it doesn't have to be too perfect as long as you press everything down very well. This is going to go in my preheated oven for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna pop it in and I'm gonna show you what it looks like once it's done. It's now time to make the filling. So here's what I have. You're gonna need 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. You're gonna need your key lime juice, which I have right here. Have a little more to go, but I'm almost there. You're gonna need some egg yolks and a little bit of sour cream. The sour cream is kind of optional, but it's not, because it gives it a lovely texture. But if you don't have sour cream and you have the rest of the ingredients you want to make it, go ahead and do it because it's still going to come out delicious. These are key limes if you've never seen them before. Let me just say this. Listen very carefully. Please do not use bottled key lime juice. It doesn't taste the same. The pie's not gonna come out as good. I don't want you screaming at me that the pie didn't come out good if you use bottled key lime, because key limes are naturally very acidic, so it's going to be even more acidic and it tastes kind of artificial even if you use the really good stuff. If you can find key limes, just use regular limes. You're kind of going to have the same taste. Do yourself a favor and use regular limes. I feel very passionate about this, so But hey, it's your kitchen, you make the rules, you do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, I'm warning you, it's not going to taste the same if you use the bottled stuff. I have to keep juicing my limes, and this is perfect if you have little kids at home. Make them do this part because these are very tiny and you have to juice a lot of them. So if you have little kids, and make them juice it, and they, trust me, they love it because they feel very useful in the kitchen, because it's kind of a little tedious to do, but you need it. Okay, this looks great. As in case you didn't notice, I have a little sieve to catch all the seeds. This doesn't take very long to come together, so let me show you what you're gonna do now. So you want to add your whisk to your bowl. You're gonna get that, did I say whisk? You're gonna add your egg yolks into the bowl, and you're gonna whisk until it's a little paler in color. Okay, I'm going to zest my key lime. I'm also gonna juice this little guy, but it's easier to zest to your limes before you juice them. So, okay, this looks good. You're gonna add that to your bowl. You're gonna continue whisking. Add in your sweetened condensed milk. Okay, I'm gonna grab my little spatula because I wanna get everything out of here. Okay, beautiful. And now this little bit is for me. So good. Little chef's treat. I removed my pie crust from the oven, and now I brought down the oven temperature to 350. So that's gonna get going while I finish the filling, which is pretty much done. You're gonna add your sour cream and your lime juice. Okay, this looks great. At first it might look like it's not gonna come together, but as you keep whisking, it's gonna get very nice and thick, and you're gonna have a filling that looks kind of like this. Now we add this to our pie crust. Make sure you grab every last bit of it out, because this is too good not to. And now I'm just gonna even it out with my spatula. Now this goes back into the oven at 350 this time for 15 minutes. Just got my pie out of the oven and it smells incredible. Now this has to cool at room temperature for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm gonna pop it in the fridge, and this has to stay in the fridge for, I would say, from 3 to 6 hours. You want it to be completely set. My pie was in the fridge for a few hours. It is looking phenomenal. And here I have some heavy whipping cream. I also have a little bit of powdered sugar and some vanilla extract, and we're gonna make the topping for our key lime pie. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sift my my powdered sugar, and now we're gonna whisk. You can do this in your stand mixer, you can do this with a hand whisk, but I'm gonna do it by hand. Will I regret it later? Most likely, but I'm tired of doing dishes and I don't want to get anything else out. So I'm just gonna whisk until I have very whipped cream. The whipped cream is just how I wanted. It's been many minutes, and it was a good workout. I haven't had a chance to work out today, so that's my workout for the day pretty much. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract, and I'm going to mix this. I'm gonna do it with my little spatula here to get that mixed in. Now it's time to plop all of this whipped cream, and don't worry, those little white marks that you see on the pie are little droplets from the plastic wrap. Now I personally just like to just plop the whole thing of whipped cream in there. If you're really into like cake decorating and all of that, you can of course make a very pretty design. That's not me. I have tons of patience, but definitely not for that. So I personally think that it looks very pretty just like this. I like to leave a border so you can see the actual pie, but I like to top mine with tons of whipped cream anyway, so perfect. You want to make it look as pretty as you can. And now I'm going to zest what's left of this little key lime, and the zest is gonna provide a nice little pretty color, but you can do some little lime wedges or slices, whatever you want really, you can do with it. So we add it to the top, just like so. I am gonna plop a little key lime, right, a little slice right in the center. And here you have our key lime pie. Now this is the part I have a love-hate relationship with because I am the worst pie cutter, but let's hope that this is nicely set. I mean, it would be better if you let it set overnight, but I think it should be fine because I can't wait any longer. Every time I would open the fridge, I would see and I'm like, okay, that's it. I need to cut right into it. Okay, beautiful. Look at how perfect and creamy it is. I mean, it's still not fully set. It could be a little more set, but like I said, I couldn't wait any longer, but it's still divine. It's perfectly tangy. It's nice and sweet. This is truly one of the best key lime pies I've ever had in my life. So good. So I hope you guys liked the recipe. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The full written recipe will be on my website, anitasdelightsrecipes.com. Make it this summer. Super simple. Your guests will love it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.